Okay, so in this video we will learn, I will show you how to solve the PDE. So they have only one method. One method, we call it as method of separation of variable. But you need to remember that this video is about analytical. Analytical. So for numerical, they also have another one method. So that one I will be explain next week lah. But for this week, it's about analytical, and it's just only have one method, that method we name it as method of separation of variable. So in this method they have about 3 steps. They have 3 steps. Step number 1 is we separating the variable. We're separating the variables. Right, that one is step number 1. For the step number 2, we will solving. For step number 2, we will solving the separated. We will solving the separated equation, and the last one we will apply the Fourier series to get the Fourier series solution. So you need to refer back to the previous chapter, Fourier series solution. Fourier series solution. So means that the Fourier series solution that you learned in the previous chapter, we will apply in this chapter back. So this is the 3 main steps to answer PDE by using method of separation of variable. So each steps they have another steps. Maksudnya dalam setiap step ni pula ada step-step tertentu lah. For example, step 1 there maybe they have another 3 steps. Step 2 maybe they have another 1 or 2 steps, and step 3 maybe they have another 1 or 2 steps again more. So I will break it into one by one. So I will explain step number 1 first, step number 2, step number 3, and so on. Alright, so for step number 1, which is separating the variable. So let's say I give you example. So I will explain step number 1. Separating variable. So let you have equation of uxy here. So uxy, we will let this equation equal to x and y. So x and y. So then what we do next is we will we will divide it. So first of all, before we divide, you can see that this is uxy, so this is equation u. So if you have du dx, so that's mean based on this and also based on your equation given nanti later. So du dx will be you differentiate respect to x, so that means it will be x prime y. Because you differentiate x, so that means it's xy prime. If you have du dy, that means xy prime. Xy prime. If you have d square u dx square, so that means x double prime y. If you have d square u dy square, that means it's xy double prime. And the last one, if you have d square u dx dy, so that means it's x prime y prime. So you need to memorize this one. Or this is just simple, right? So means that if dx, so maksudnya x yang prime lah. Right? So it consists in step 1. Alright. So after that, I will show the step by using example. I think maybe you can see more clearly. I will erase this one first. Right. I will show you what's the mean by separating variable. So through example. So example state whether the PDE separable or not. Separable or not. Okay, so this is the question. Okay, what's mean by separable or not? Okay, separable or not. You will split you have two variables just now, right? If you can see that you have x and y. So what's mean by separable is you will break it, or you will split it two part. Okay, at the right hand side you will just left with the x, at the right hand side you just left with y. So it's separable, right? So that one means by separable. Okay, so this question asks you to state whether this split is separable or not. So by apply step number 1. Okay, we are step one. Step number 1. So here is the question. This du dx equal to du dy. Okay, so we want to show whether this equation is separable or not. So step 1, this is separating the variable. So under separating variable, they have another few steps, right? Okay, step number 1, what you will do is you will let uxy equal to xx yy. Okay, after that, based on this equation, you will replace with this. Okay, you will replace with this. So du d, this one is du d, du ds. Okay, du ds you will replace with x prime. Y is it? Okay, then equal du dy we replace with x y prime. Okay, sorry, this is x prime y equal to x y prime. So this is the first step. Actually, this is the first step. This is the second step. Okay, the third step. Okay, the third step, you need to divide, okay, this equation with xy. With this, with xy, you will divide with the xy. Okay, divide with xy. So then, step number 4, you cancel which variable that you can cancel, you just cancel. So let's say this one you can cancel, this one you can cancel. So you left with x prime over x equal to y prime over y. Okay, then stop. Now you can see, you see from this step number 4, you see whether you already separate it or not. Okay, if you can see clearly that you already separate, actually from the beginning also you already separate it. So from here, you can see that x is a one side and y is at another one side lah. So this means it's a separable. Okay, so you can conclude that this is separable. Okay, so actually number 1, 2, 3, 4 actually is the steps in the step number 1. Okay, clear or not? Just now I already mentioned that they have 3 steps in the method of separating variable. So now I highlight only step number 1. Okay, in step number 1, they have another 4 steps. Okay, so you need to state whether the equation is separable or not. So this is how we show that. Okay. I will continue the next video with another more example on this separable or not. Okay.